Yeah. Once again, it's on. Back at you one more again, Real Kens TV in the house like kitchen sinks. Before I get into this evening's video, if you will, y'all jump in the comment section. Let me know where you're chiming in from. I'm in Lexington, Kentucky. Let me know your city, your state, your hood, your set, whatever it may be that you representing. Let us know if you the man or the woman that you say you be. You know, I was sitting back and I was reflecting, and I had a video in mind. I had a story in mind, rather. But I got to thinking, and I'm scrolling up and down, my YouTube timeline or what have you. And I see that the great Jay Williams, man, Let's Live Life. He talked about how he had quit his career because he is a boss. Respectfully, he is a boss, so I'm not going to say he quit his job. Nothing wrong with having a job, but he quit his career in construction to focus primarily on YouTube, his gift. He was blessed to do. He was put on this earth. See, we're all put on this earth to do certain things. Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Allen Iverson. These individuals were put on earth to do what they did. Jay Williams was put on this earth to do what he's doing, to talk to the people, to reach the people, to inspire the people, to help the people. And in my humble opinion, I feel as though he made the correct decision. To be perfectly honest, I don't know why he didn't do it a long time ago. But at the same time, everything happens for a reason, and everything is about timing. Perhaps a long time ago wasn't the proper timing to do what he's doing now. So I feel compelled to reach out, say salute, congratulations. I know you're going to go far in this business because YouTube is a business. Although you're helping people, you're inspiring people, you're motivating people, it is a business. And I just feel that Jay Williams is he's at peace. I haven't talked to Jay in some months, to be honest. We correspond every once in a while through text messaging, but it's not much. I'm not gonna jump on here and be like, yeah, man, Jay feels this way, Jay feels that way. We haven't talked in a while. Typically, on a holiday or Father's Day or, something like that, he'll reach out, I'll reach out, but it's short and simple. Hey, bro, what's up, man? I see what you're doing, man. Happy Father's Day. We gonna chop it up soon. There's a response, and that's just what it is. And I respect that, man. The man has been away from his family, although he's been home for nearly a year at this point, but he was away from his family. And that's his focal point. That's what he's focusing on, his family. Nothing else even matters but his family. How can you fault that? How can you look at that and be like, oh, well, he should be doing this, he should be doing that? No, he's on some grown man activity, to say the least, for lack of better terms. I've never met Jay Williams a day in my life. For you all that don't know, when he was going through his turmoil or, trials and tribulations, the things that we all deal with in life, because we all deal with issues in life. Perhaps yours may be criminal. His may be adultery. Hers may be addiction. But there's always something that you're going to go through in life. And so to give you the backstory on Jay Williams and how I became a fan, because I'm a fan of Jay Williams, man. I came out of prison. And I always watched YouTube. Like I'm a fan of YouTube. Like I like YouTube. But I used to primarily watch like YouTube videos of people singing, doing renditions of people's songs, or, perhaps going back looking at older videos and, things of that magnitude. And I ran across an individual somehow, some way, I don't even know. Big Hurt, Fresh Out Prison series. And I started watching Big Hurt. And instantly I was hooked. Pause, double pause, infinite pause. I was intrigued. That's probably would have been the more appropriate word to use. Y'all rock with me, man. We ain't in no rush. It's Mr. 30 Minutes or Better. So I started listening to Big Hurt and the stories that he was telling, and all the time that he did in the, the federal system, USPs and bank robberies, and I related to a lot of the things that he was saying. No, I've never been to the feds. Prison is prison. Jail is jail. It's not really that much of a difference. It's just a title. There's a difference as far as the violence, as far as the levels. Don't get me wrong, but as far as the things that he was speaking of, as far as the COs and the system and visitations and letters and people sending you letters, money or whatever, and not sending you letters and money, basically meaning that people just leave you for dead in prison. Like I related, I understood exactly what he was speaking of. So one video turned to two, two turned to four, four turned to eight, and I was consistently watching Big Hurt. So I guess throughout the time I was watching Big Hurt, the algorithm had me in the prison, section, genre, or whatever you want to call it. I go back to prison because I was already out on bond. I was fighting a case. I'm on parole. Fighting another case. So I go back to prison. Paint the picture, you all. Paint the picture. I go back to prison. It's never a good thing to go back to prison, but fortunately it wasn't anything. It was serious, because anything that sends you to jail was serious, but it wasn't that. So that serious to where I had to go and do 10, 15 years or whatever. So I go back and do maybe, 3 years. Something like that. 3 years, 33. That's pitiful. I don't even know. But it was somewhere right around 3 years. I come back home. Get out. Jump back on YouTube. I look up Big Hurt. Still watching Big Hurt's videos. And one night, I never will forget. Wee hours of the morning. See, the thing about YouTube, it would keep me up till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, just watch videos. And an individual came across my timeline. I looked at the title. Don't remember exactly what the title was. This white dude. Jay Williams, Let's Live Life. I don't know. Let's check him out. You know what I mean? Let's check him out. Let's see what he's talking about or whatever. I don't know what even made me click on it, but I clicked on Jay Williams, Let's Live Life. And we're back. I clicked on. And from that time in which I clicked on and he got to talking, I found myself relating the same way I related to Big Hurt. And this dude got a nice story, man. Got a nice delivery. And he's believable. That's the thing, he's believable. See, a lot of Pearl Lips can say anything and will say anything. But this guy is believable. Everything that he spoke of, I experienced. Everything. So I ended up watching another video. I'm not sure if it was that particular night, but I watched another video, and then another video, and then another video, and I became a fan of his channel. Anytime he dropped a video, I watched. It was must-see TV, man. The reason that I'm here is primarily because of, I'll give Big Hurt his props, because that's where it started. But it's like Jay Williams' videos took me to, it gave me the confidence to believe in myself. Like, you know what, I can do this. Not to slight, his skills or his skill set or the things that he's doing, but I'm like, I have stories just as well. But it took me a while, and I would continuously watch it. It got to the point to where I wasn't really watching Big Hurt as much, no disrespect. But Big Hurt's channel was growing, so he was kind of going in a different direction. He was still telling prison stories, but they were like, he didn't really tell the longer stories. His videos may be 12 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes, 16 minutes, and that's cool. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Obviously, he's at this point, he's at almost 600,000 subscribers, because I still watch Big Hurt to this day. But obviously, at the time it was working for him, because he had several 100,000 subscribers then. But Jay Williams was like, his videos would be 30 minutes, 35 minutes, 40 minutes. I'm trying to go to sleep at night or whatever, I'm listening to Jay Williams. This ain't no funny business or nothing like it. I'm on the highway or doing whatever I'm doing, I can just put on a Jay Williams video and it's gonna get me there. Or a couple videos or whatever, and by the time I look up, I'm at my destination. So I started listening to Jay Williams a lot more. Just that he didn't really drop a lot. Big Hurt was dropping 3-4 videos a day, but they were shorter videos. Jay Williams may drop a video and you don't hear anything else for 2-3 weeks. Smart move. I'm not saying that it was some sort of campaign on his end. He had things going on in his life. He had a construction business. He had a family. He had a, but whatever the case may be, it had people yearning, waiting on the next Jay Williams video. Da-da-da-da-da, and we're back. One of the coldest intros I done seen. Actually, it is the coldest intro. And so by me becoming a fan, me getting the confidence to start my own channel, I started my own channel. Didn't really know what direction I was going to go in when I first started. Any of y'all that's been following me, in the very beginning, my videos are all over the place. And even now, they're still all over the place in certain instances. I may tell a story one day. Next day, I may talk about hip-hop. Next day, I may talk about violence. Next day, I may talk about racism. Next day, I was all over the place. I'm watching these Jay Williams videos and I'm seeing like, man, this guy can really captivate and hold the attention of an audience. And for you all that live under a rock and you're not familiar with Jay Williams' Let's Live Life, I'm only here because of Jay Williams' Let's Live Life. My subscribers, the amount of subscribers that I have is because of Jay Williams' Let's Live Life. But for the few individuals that may not know, go subscribe to his channel. Go check him out, man. Check him out. Just watch a video and I guarantee you, you'll be ready to subscribe. My channel was coming along, but I didn't really know what I was doing on YouTube. I didn't know. I was just making videos, but I was primarily focusing on my shorts. Now, for you all that don't know, shorts is the videos that are 60 seconds or shorter. And I was getting subscribers from my shorts, but I wasn't telling the story times, the prison stories. I wasn't doing anything of the sorts. I started to realize that my shorts is not going to help me Now this is the business aspect of YouTube. It wasn't going to help me get monetized. I was not going to make money off of shorts. I was not going to, because there are certain criteria that you have to meet on YouTube before you start to get paid, before you become monetized. You have to have so many hours that people have watched your videos in a 12-month period. You have to have so many subscribers. I was just venting. It was a form of therapy. It was just something that I enjoyed doing. So I didn't really care about the monetization because I didn't really know. I knew that you could get paid off of YouTube, but I didn't know the capacity. I didn't know the full extent, if you will. Just something that I enjoy doing, just talking to people. Did my research, further research, and realized that these shorts is not where it's at. So I started making longer videos, anything over 60 seconds. I wasn't Mr. 30 minutes or better at that point. I was just stretching my videos out and just doing whatever I could do to make longer videos. I'm looking up Jay Williams, Let's Live Life. He ain't dropped a video in 2 weeks, man. What is going on, man? That anticipation, man. When's he gonna drop? Then he finally drops. I'm watching the video. I get more fired up, motivated. And then it was a time that came. This was maybe, I don't know the exact time frame, maybe 4 or 5 months after having my channel. I'm fully engaged. Jay Williams gets arrested. Takes the police on a high-speed chase. They say he did this. They say he did that. They. Who is they? But they oftentimes wins. Because people oftentimes are going to listen to they. And I seen the love shift. Not completely, because a lot of people still was on Jay's side. But I seen the love shift to a certain degree as far as individuals that were rocking with him and on his side, and perhaps they were haters all along. Whatever the case may be, they started talking bad about him. He beat his wife. He got caught with a gun, or had a gun. He threw it out of the window, and he took the police on a high-speed chase, and he did this, and he did that, and he was on drugs, and he was drunk, and and I started to see people make these malicious videos about him. Malicious videos. I've served over 11 years in the Kentucky Department of Corrections, penitentiary. I understand that oftentimes when the media becomes involved, they're going to make it out to be way more than what it really, really was. But for your average individual, your average fan, they don't really know this, hasn't been in jail and in the system, and they're going to go by what the news says, they're going to go by what the internet says. They don't really know what the real was. You can't talk. Your lawyer is telling you not to speak, even if that's if you have the money to hire a lawyer. Yeah, they're always going to give you a public defender. That don't mean, man, you better off just, you got a public defender. It's not good. And so you have all of these people saying these hateful things about you, and it's not even true, and you can't even defend yourself. Well, if it isn't true, why isn't Jay saying anything? Knowing that what he was going through at the time, it hurt me because I've gone through that. I wasn't a public figure like Jay. I wasn't known the way that Jay Williams, but still, it doesn't matter as far as If you're falsely accused, you're falsely accused. Or if you're overcharged, you're overcharged. I made a video, one video initially, showing support for Jay Williams, man. Fuck you haters. Y'all hating on a man and kicking him when he's down. This man got a family, man. This man got a wife. This man has 2 sons, a daughter, little Bella. For y'all that watch Jay Williams, you know that I'm not just making this up. And I got a positive response, but it was never it was out of like the purity of my heart. I never did this video. Let me capitalize on this situation. I just didn't like what people was doing and saying. Some people, a lot of people showing love. That video started to, I got a lot of positive feedback, if you will, from that video. Then I did a second video. I did a third video. And I did numerous videos. And I named myself The Bridge. The self-proclaimed bridge. Why? For you all that don't know or don't remember, is that he's in prison. He's in jail. Even when he made bond, he can't get online and speak and tell you all what he wants to tell you. Because he has a very, very serious pending case, allegations. So he can't really speak for himself. So he has to just sit there and try to tune this out and block it out. So I dubbed myself as the bridge to tell you all perhaps what he may have been thinking, feeling, going through, his family. Because I've been there, done that. You got guns, I got straps. If you know, you know. If you're not a hip-hop fan, you're probably not going to know. But nevertheless, I never reached out to Jay Williams. I never was like, hey, y'all tell Jay Williams to watch this video. Y'all. Never. I was just showing my support for an individual that was responsible, and he didn't even know that he was responsible for getting me into the space, the YouTube space. I don't know how many videos I had done. Probably, it was several videos. One day I checked my comments or whatever. It's Jay Williams. Yo, what up, bro? I appreciate what you're doing, man. Holler at me, man. Or, how can I reach you? I send my number. Never thought really anything of it. Didn't even know if it was a real page. It's a whole lot of, fake pages and things of that nature going on. So I really, to be honest, didn't think anything of it. About 9 o'clock one morning. Phone rings. It said Virginia. Virginia? Who the heck is calling? I forgot all about who's calling me from Virginia. I don't even think I answered the first time. A few minutes later, the phone rings again. Roll these windows up. Dang on gnats. Phone rings again, Virginia number. I go on and answer the phone. I'm thinking it's a bill collector, somebody I owe money to, but let me go on and answer, because it didn't say, scam calls or whatever, so I answered. Real Kens. Yo, what up? It's Jay Williams. Instantly, when he said Jay Williams, I recognized his voice. What's up, Jay? What's up with you, boy? How you doing? I'm a normal, I'm not in awe of anybody. No disrespect, but I'm not in awe. I'm glad to hear from you, but I'm not in awe of, whoever could call me. Will Smith could call me. Martin Lawrence could call me. Hey, what up, man? We We all breathe just like me. I breathe just like you. First conversation that we had, man, we stayed on the phone at least 3 hours. Telling me he appreciated me, just going to bat for him. Talked about his case a little bit, but he couldn't really, he don't know me, so he's not really trying to, and I understand. But we just talked about life. Out of the 3 hour conversation, I say we talked about life 2.5 hours, just his kids, his things that he wanted to do. We didn't really even talk about YouTube much. We didn't talk about the case much. He told me about the case. He told me how they were overcharging him. He told me, and I get it. I totally understand. And from that point on, we developed, I don't necessarily want to use brothership, a bond or whatever, but there was a mutual respect on both ends. And he said, I felt the need to reach out to you, man, because so many people have showed me love. And I appreciate that, but it's like I've done nothing but help people. And the people that are kicking me, they don't even know me. They know that I'm down, but they don't even know me, man. And you could have used this opportunity to kick me and get views and subscribers or whatever, but you didn't do that. And I just wanted to reach out personally and say thank you, man. You don't owe me no thanks, bro. Thank you, matter of fact, because you are the reason that I'm in this space, this YouTube. And I told him what I told you all earlier about Big Hurt, and like, you were the one that really, really made me say, you know what, man, let's go get it. I ain't know anything about any money. I did know you could get paid off of YouTube, but I didn't know what the capacity. I didn't know. Just keeping it all the way, 1,000. I didn't know. Thought you had to have like 1 million subscribers or, But I didn't know. One thing for certain, two things for sure. I knew that I enjoyed doing what I was doing, and that's dealing and talking to and with the people. We would continue to carry on, have conversations. We didn't talk every day. We didn't talk every week, but we talked. We kept in touch. And this is what this man said to me, man. The guy Jay Williams, Let's Live Life, said to me during one of the most, I would say it was the most difficult times of his life. Yeah, he had been to prison several times before that, or couple times before that. But as he told me, as he told you all, now I have something to really care about. See, when I was younger, I didn't care about anything. I didn't care if I went to prison. I didn't care if I got shanked or if I shanked somebody. Yeah, I want to make it home, but I didn't have anything. I got a wife, I got a son, I got another son. I got little Bella. I have things that people are relying and they need me there. He cared. For the first time or first or second time in his life, he really, really, truly cared. But the prosecution is relentless. They don't give a fuck about Jay Williams. If anything, they're looking at the subscribers that he had. They're looking at the views, and they're calculating. They're seeing how much money. He's making more money than them. Not to tell his business, but hey, it's Real Kens TV, and I'm going to call a spade a spade. Y'all rock with me. Oh, shit. Ain't nothing left. If anything, they're envious that he's doing well. But you would think, here's a person that's turned his whole life around. Here's a person that's changed and is giving back to the community. Here's a person that's, but no, they don't want to, they want you in the gutters. See, when judges tell you, I don't want to see you in my courtroom again, they're lying. If nobody comes into your courtroom, sir, then guess what? You're not going to have a job. Prosecution's not going to have a job. Police is not going to have a job. Why? The jails, the prisons are not going to have a job. Why? Because you all rely on people breaking the law. You all know that a lot of people in prison shouldn't even be in prison. I'm not talking about the baby rapist and rapist period and people that have assaulted people and murdered people. I'm talking about prison is a business. Well, don't break the law, kid. Hey, listen, man. I understand, don't break the law. But if you break the law, don't mean that you deserve to go to prison for 5 years, 10 years. Because you done stole $500 worth of items at Walmart that's marked up. Walmart may have $200 in them items, but they done marked it up to $500. Well, the retail value is over $500. It's a felony in the state of Kentucky. And you go to prison. And then they use your past against you and enhance your sentence. You facing 1 to 5, but now if you had 1 prior, you're facing 5 to 10. You had 2 prior, you're facing 10 to 20. Prison is a business. Never get it misunderstood. I understood these things. I still understand these things. It was just a sad, sad situation to see a man that is transformed and, changed his entire life have to deal with something. And he told me the story, and I believed it. That's something I'll never repeat on the internet. Never repeat on the internet. But it's not like it's a major secret, because the same thing he told me, he told you all. I didn't do that. Whatever the case may be, he took accountability for his actions. Takes the plea deal. Ends up having to go spend, a year, or nearly a year rather, in jail. And it was a difficult time, man. Like I said, he cared. He had something to care about now. 10 years ago, Jay would have been like, man, give me these little 7, 8 months, man. I do this shit on my head. That ain't shit. But nah, man. Now he has to explain to his son that he's his younger son, his older son just as well, but his older son was older at the time, not to diminish their relationship and the love that they have for each other. But his son, he had to explain, and I think he may have been 6. The ages could have been, I could be wrong. But I know that his son was young, and he has to explain to his son, like, son, I'm Pops is not gonna be here, Dad's not gonna be here. He's 6, 7 years old. He don't understand. What do you mean, Dad? You take me to school every day. You work with me playing basketball. You pick me up from school. You help me with my homework. We go fishing. We getting a little emotional just thinking about that, because I've been there. I've had to try to explain. A kid don't understand why Dad is all of a sudden not going to be there. And I watched these things, and I seen these things, and I talked to him, and he had to be strong for his family, and that he was. Turmoil, everything that's going on. What's up, Kens? How you doing, man? How's your family, man? You good? What's up with you? We was on the phone one time, and he says, we're gonna have to get you that interview, man, so I can introduce my audience to you. I said to Jay, I'm here because of your audience, because of you. A lot of your audience is my audience. I was speaking with an individual, and I'm not gonna say their name. Man, you got access. You talk to Jay Williams? I'm like, yeah, man. So, we talk. Man, you need to ask him for that interview, man. You know how many subscribers and supporters you leaving on the table? Bro, he going through too much. I'm not about to ask a man that's in the lion's den at this particular moment for an interview. Man, forget all that, man. You need to ask him for an interview. To this day, I've never asked Jay Williams for an interview, man. The people, I'm not going to say necessarily the people, but I've had some people say, when you and Jay Williams can do an interview or do a live or do, that wasn't my objective. That wasn't my... I could pick up the phone and call Jay Williams right now. I don't know if he would answer, but I could text him or whatever because, he'd be busy. I've never asked the man for an interview. Never. What happens, what's supposed to happen, will happen. I firmly believe that. Again, that wasn't my motive. That wasn't my... And we became cool, and then when he went to jail, I corresponded with him as much as I could, but I don't really know the Virginia prison system, so I figured it out, and I talked to Woody, his partner Woody, and he would keep me informed and give me the information, and I would send Jay, messages or whatever. So I was able to correspond with him a little bit, but he was more so focused, and he told me, no offense, but I'm focused on my family. Not to say that I'm not going to holler at you, because he did. He hollered, but my family is who I'm focused on. Got to respect that. I got this going on. I got my schedule. I'm working in the kitchen. I'm doing, he would tell me exactly what was going on with him and how he was trying to just get through this time. And the painful moments of his son and little Bella not understanding why he wasn't there because they were kids. Young kids. They are still young kids. Checked on him. Every once in a while I look up. He didn't message me. What's up, kids? Never asked me for anything. Hey, Jay, you need something? You know what I'm saying? How can I send you some bread? Man, I'm good, man. I appreciate you, bro. Stand up dude, man. Stand up dude. And so when I see that he's diving into this thing full thrust now, in my opinion, it's where he always should have been. But see, you all have, not you all, but I'm saying some people have him misconstrued. See, YouTube can be very, very lucrative. Not to tell anybody's business. Jay gets so many views, he could have been dropping videos, 2-3 videos a day, but money was never really his motivation. He never really was in this, in my opinion, for the money. Because if he were, he would be dropping videos on a regular basis, like every day. He allowed it to come to him. He allowed it to the time came and it was where, you know what? My time is now to dive into this YouTube thing on a regular basis. He was never doing it for the money. He could have been getting the money, but his heart wasn't in it. But now, I feel as though he's at peace. He waited. He didn't rush anything. He didn't do it for the money. And good things happen to good people. I'm proud of the guy. He's my YouTube inspiration. The reason that I'm here. Although I'm always give a shout out to Big Hurt. Fresh Out Prison series. And another thing I like about Jay before I close is that he never divvied away from where he started. See, me, like I said, I'm all over the place. I'm talking about hip-hop sometimes. I'm talking about this. I'm talking about that. Jay don't gossip. He don't do any of that talking about people. He sticks to his stories. Story time. This is what he sticks to. This is what got him to the point of where he's at. He don't talk about P. Diddy. He don't talk about, Lil Boosie. He don't talk about, just the things that Donald Trump, and the things that's going on in the media. No, he sticks to where he's at. What got him here. What the people want to log on, tune in to see. And that's very, very, very impressive. Don't get into beefs and talking bad about people. No, he doesn't do that at all. Much love. Salute to you, Jay. Proud of you, happy for you. Glad you home, been home. I know you're going to stay home. And I can only aspire to be in a similar situation in which you're in. Fat Joe made a song back in the day, Jealous Ones Envy. I'll never envy, I'll never be jealous of Jay Williams or anyone else that's in this space that I'm in. I'm happy for you, bro. And I hope you run it to the motherfucking moon while helping people at the same time, man. Shout out once again, Jay Williams. Let's Live Life. All his supporters, all the people that came over and support me. I'm truly, truly appreciative. Da-na-na-na-na.